One of the big problems here for Joe Biden, the reason that he decided to avoid the Presidential Debate Commission and basically kill it outright, is because he didn't want them mandating that RFK Jr. be on the stage. The reality is that RFK Jr. provides an alternative to Joe Biden. I know there's been a lot of controversy over whether RFK Jr. is going to draw votes from the Trump camp. The answer is he probably will not. The reason that he probably will not, he's overtly pro-choice all the way up to birth. That is a non-starter for a huge number of Republicans. In the past, he's had a mixed record on things like gun control, obviously. When it comes to social policy, RFK Jr. is a mixed bag. When it comes to tax policy, he is a mixed bag. When it comes to foreign policy, he tends to fall on the more isolationist side of the scale. And he's not a peace through strength guy in the same way that Donald Trump has historically been. There are a lot of distinctions between Donald Trump and RFK Jr., which, of course, I mean, listen, cards on the table. I've been obvious about this. I support Donald Trump for the presidency. I've had RFK Jr. on the Sunday special. I think he's a super nice guy. I think he's a really interesting person. He's going to draw from Democrats. He's going to draw from Democrats because Joe Biden is a terrible president. And any alternative to Joe Biden who is not named Donald Trump gives Biden voters an off-ramp to feel like they can vote against Biden without voting for the guy they despise most in Donald Trump, which is why Joe Biden needs to minimize RFK Jr.'s presence in the race. RFK Jr. came out, he said, like, guys, why am I excluded from this? He says Presidents Trump and Biden are colluding to lock America into a head-to-head matchup that 70% say they do not want. They're trying to exclude me from their debate because they're afraid I would win. Keeping viable candidates off the debate stage undermines democracy. 43% of Americans identify as independents. If Americans are ever going to escape the hammerlock of the two-party system, now is the time to do it. These are the two most unpopular candidates in living memory. By excluding me from the stage, Presidents Biden and Trump seek to avoid discussion of their 8 years of mutual failure, including deficits, wars, lockdowns, chronic disease, and inflation. Okay, so RFK Jr. is perceived by both sides as a threat. The reality is that he really is only a threat to Biden because, again, Donald Trump supporters are enthusiastic to vote for Trump. Biden supporters are enthusiastic to vote against Donald Trump, but not for Joe Biden. So if there's a third way, they might take it. That's what the polling is showing right now. Trump, for his part, says crooked Joe Biden does not want RFK Jr. in the debates because Jr. is far left of him, and they would be debating over the same territory, like ridiculous open borders and the Green New Scam, both of which are killing our country. He's also sharper and far more intelligent than Joe, all making for a bad combination of ingredients. I don't care if Junios joins the debate, but right now his polling numbers are very low. He's not properly qualified in the states. He seems to be on a downward path. Jr. needs more than his name to get on the stage. Now, frankly, I think that Donald Trump should encourage RFK Jr. to be on the stage. Just tactically speaking, I think that it is better for Trump to have Kennedy on the stage providing a contrast to Biden than not to have him on the stage at all. In a binary, Joe Biden's entire strategy in this debate is binary choice between me and Trump. Look at the wild orange Hulk over here. That's literally his strategy. His strategy is going to be to point to Donald Trump and go, that's democracy, election denial. And then he's going to wait for Trump to be like, it's so true. Everything's terrible. We won the election in January. That's the debate that Joe Biden desperately wants. Now, there are two ways out of that for Donald Trump. Way number one is for Donald Trump to be disciplined. Now, people forget this, but in the last couple of debates against Joe Biden, he was significantly more disciplined than he was in the first debate. Donald Trump's debate needs to be, we can always talk about January 6th. Happy to talk about it, but he's a terrible president. Everyone knows it. He's terrible. Nothing is better than when I left office. That is, if he runs a disciplined debate, he'll destroy Biden. He'll destroy him. And he needs to let Biden talk. He shouldn't try to interrupt Biden. Biden cannot hold it together for longer than 30 seconds. You're going to get a lot of Joe Biden saying, I want to talk about that, but I guess I'll get to that. My time's expired. Oh, okay. Just let Joe Biden be Joe Biden would be the recommendation to Trump. That's path number one. Path number two, which is helpful to Donald Trump, is get RFK Jr. on the stage. RFK Jr. will attack Joe Biden with alacrity from the center. Diversification is key to your investment. One person who learned this the hard way was Isaac Newton. He invested a large sum of money in the South Sea Company. Unfortunately, when the South Sea bubble burst in 1720, Newton lost a lot of money. So even smart people can screw up diversification. While during times of economic uncertainty or market volatility, investors tend to flock to gold as a safe haven asset. Its value tends to increase during turbulent times, providing a buffer against market downturns. This is why people are turning to gold right now and why Birch Gold is busier than ever. Birch Gold understands that navigating financial decisions can be daunting. That's why their dedicated in-house IRA department is there to guide you every step of the way. Birch Gold is committed to addressing your questions and concerns promptly. Their team is always ready to provide answers and clarity. Whether it's about fees, taxes on rollovers, or the timing of the process, they're here to ensure you feel valued and well-informed. Text Ben to 989898 to talk to one of Birch Gold's experts and claim your free info kit on gold. You'll learn how to convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. The best part is, it's not going to cost you a penny out of pocket. Text Ben to 989898 to get started. That's Ben to 989898. And the number of votes that drop off from Trump to RFK Jr. is going to be a lot lower than the number of votes that drop off from Joe Biden to RFK Jr. For sure. I mean, by the way, I see this all the time in sort of the liberal Jewish community. Obviously, pretty clear, I'm in the Jewish community. I'm very, very Jewish. And many of the people that I know who are liberal Jews are still, for reasons that I find non-compelling, resistant to Donald Trump, but they really don't want to vote for Biden. And so what I've been telling them is, okay, stay home or vote for RFK. RFK is very pro-Israel. If that's your issue and you care that much about it, do not give your vote to Joe. There's a reason Biden wants RFK Jr. off the stage. I would suggest that that's actually the number one reason why he's avoiding the Presidential Debate Commission. And let's be real about this. RFK Jr. is, by the polling data, polling better than any third-party candidate since Ross Perot in 1996. The latest Fox News poll has him at 11% nationally, compared to 43 for Trump and 40 for Biden. The latest INI CIPP poll has him at 12%, compared to 39 for Biden, 38 for Trump. If you go back just a couple of weeks, the CNN poll has him at 16, so does Quinnipiac. The idea that RFK Jr. should be excluded from the stage seems to me a signal error in judgment. I'm very much in favor of RFK Jr., obviously, being on the stage to provide a contrast. And meanwhile, Democrats still, they're having a little bit of heartburn over this. Nancy Pelosi, for her part, says, I'd never recommend going on stage with Donald Trump.
I myself would never recommend going on a stage with Donald Trump, but the president has decided that's what he wants to do. I think the format he is suggesting is a good one.
Okay, so, yeah, again, she likes the format, which is why Joe Biden picked to do it this way, so that he could set the format in advance. Honestly, the media are nervous about this, but they're going to try and play this as though it's an epic Biden win for even agreeing to the debate. That's what MSNBC's Nicole Wallace is doing.
Epic troll. Hi again, everybody. It's 5 o'clock in New York and what is already shaping up to be an unconventional presidential debate season. So this morning, that video was released by President Joe Biden. You can see for yourself, he came out swinging this trolling of Donald Trump, saying, here, you're free on Wednesdays. He challenged Trump to 2 presidential debates while teasing him a bit about his current state as a criminal defendant.
Epic troll. Epic troll. He's running for the presidency and he's losing. So good luck with your epic troll right there. Are you tired of the lies and the twists of the mainstream media talking points? Yeah, me too. Join me in my newest series, Fact, where I dismantle and bring truth to this tiring mainstream agenda.